Tarot and astrology chart readings are currently available on my website, KhloeTaylor.com. Please feel free to book me. Link is in the description box as well. Oh, hey there, cozy babe, my pumpkin, my girly pop. It has been a moment. And if you want to hear more like personal updates from me, make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I'll make sure I timestamp it for you. But today I am actually just demoing a reading for what will be on my website for private readings, because this is a reading that I would do for a client. And I kind of wanted to illustrate that. And I was like, you know what? I haven't posted a video on Kloee Taylor in 6 months. I took a massive break and I felt like y'all would really enjoy having this reading. So that's why I'm here today. It feels actually really good to be here. I am so jazzed. You have no idea how good my energy feels showing up to this. And I hope that this reading, if you've never seen me before, never come across my page, I hope that this reading just gives you exactly what you're hoping for, the clarity, the confidence, whatever it is that you're needing. We're going to let the reading kind of tell us. So this is not a pick a card reading. This is just a singular reading. And the reason it's a little bit different is it is this is what you need to know reading, which I do offer on my website, KhloeTaylor.com, as like a personal reading if you want to hire me to do that for you individually. Basically, these cards have the prompts on them. We're going to get random prompts and then we're going to dissect those with another tarot deck. So I do believe that this reading is for you if you came across it. If you clicked on it, you were meant to hear something here. And let's get into it, bestie, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and give this deck a shuffle. We're going to pull 4 to 5 of these first, and then we will clarify them with some other cards to really get the big picture of what is going on and exactly what you need to know. All right. So first and foremost, we have shame. Ooh, that is going to be deep. What do you dislike and reject within yourself? What makes you feel unworthy, unwanted, unloved? What is causing you to judge yourself as bad? And sorry, I'm reading this off my screen. Unredeemable. What burdens do you carry in your soul? Okay, that's going to be really interesting. I'm excited it sounds like it sucks, but I'm excited to see what that's about. Okay, then we have a guide: to teach, to educate, to coach, to enlighten. It's a success card, so we'll dive more into that if it's like you guiding or if somebody else needs to guide you. We have challenge, seeker, a hurdle, a problem, a conflict or opposition, a daunting or difficult task, something outside of your comfort zone. What is causing you stress or testing your perceived limitations? A fearful situation or an exciting opportunity. So that's okay. Conquer, a success card. To slay, to battle, to defeat, to overcome. Interesting. So I do feel like these two cards, the challenge and conquer, I feel like we're going to find out what the challenge is, and then we're going to find out how you're actually going to conquer the challenge. So I do feel like this reading is going to get kind of specific, and I'm excited for that. Like, I just got the chills. Okay. And then I'm going to pull one more. Subconscious. Ooh, so we're doing a little shadow work and then we're going to end on some shadow work. Subconscious. What ideas, thoughts, or feelings are hiding from your conscious awareness right now? What are the unknown narratives and beliefs that are driving the way you see yourself and the world? What is emerging within you? What needs to be seen? Ooh, this reading is going to be juicy. I feel like it is full of some really interesting takes. You know me. I feel like when I read, I'm very in alignment with a lot of depth psychology. And so I feel like every time, I'm like, oh, we're going to have a cute little reading with the girly pops. And then the second I get into it, it's like, actually, just kidding. We're going to go swim in all the deep water. Bitch, get your life vest. I love it. Okay. So that said, now we're going to pull from another deck. I'm just making sure these look nice and pretty for you. Make sure they're straight. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use I'm kind of debating. So I have the Pastel Journey deck here, and then I also have the Light Seers Tarot. I'm kind of feeling Light Seers. I originally thought we were going to do Pastel Journey, but I don't know. Something about this deck recently. I used it recently on Patreon to do the tarot of the month. Link for my Patreon down below as well if you want to know what is going on in the astrals and the tarot for the month of April. Because girly pop, we have literally such a massive planetary shift going on this month that you are going to want to hear about that. But I used this deck, I believe, in the tarot for the month. And I don't know, I'm just really vibing with the deck. Also, I'm stating it now that we're not going to be using any reversals. So if any of the cards come out reversed, we're not using them. Sometimes I feel called to use them. Sometimes I don't. And I am feeling very called to do non-reversal today. So we're not doing reverse meanings today. I know some of these cards are not in here right side up. All right, so we're going to start first with that shame card. What do you dislike or reject within yourself? What do you dislike or reject within yourself? What makes you feel unworthy, unwanted, unloved? What is causing you to judge yourself as bad and unredeemable? What burdens do you carry in your soul? Okay, so where's the shame? Where's the shame? We're going to find it. Oh, babe. All right, so we got the Magician. I feel like what I immediately heard when I pulled this card is there is shame because either, and trust me when I tell you, I've been in that position and I've clawed my way out of it. It is difficult, but there is shame around what you feel like you have failed to accomplish, or like maybe you went after something, you accomplished a lot, and now you have like changed direction, or maybe the path became unclear again, or maybe a lot of really heavy things happened in your life. And now it feels like, why do I even bother? Why would I even begin to dream in the first place? Why would I allow myself to think I could manifest all this stuff, to dream as big as I want to? Why would I even allow it? You know, I believed so big. I thought so much of myself. I thought I could do it. It hasn't happened. Maybe even for years, it hasn't happened. Or, I feel like I relate to this very much in the fact that in my life, I think I manifested a lot of the things I set out to do, but I did not have the foundation to support holding them. And that's a huge pain point and a huge shame point for me, even still to this day, where I feel like I really did the damn thing. I went out there, I got my waterfront home, I drove the car that was my dream car, and all those things got taken away from me. Or I lost them all because I did not have a foundation to support maintaining them. And like, even to this day, I feel a little bit of shame about that. And so it makes it hard to consider that you might dream of something new or think that you have the magic or the magnetism to do it, because it's almost like you played with a lot of fire, you got burned, and now it hurts. Or you feel like, I'm hearing for some of y'all, this also could manifest as like, you don't trust yourself. You don't trust your own. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your ability to bring about your dreams. You don't trust, like, the rapport with yourself has dwindled down so hard from lack of staying consistent, which to me really is the answer of how to get out of it. And nobody wants to hear it. Who wants to be consistent when you feel like you're in a hole? You know what I mean? Clawing your way out of that sucks. But I do feel like there comes a lot of shame when we feel like our actions are not lining up with our words or what we desire. And the shame can be stopped, though, when we meet ourselves with more compassion, more self-compassion, when we remind ourselves that, like, sometimes bad shit happens, and it doesn't mean that it was your fault or that you made it happen. Sometimes bad things happen and we don't know how to navigate that water. And it's in navigating that water that we learn, right? And I just need to tell you, like, because, like, it honestly makes me want to cry a little bit, because I feel like I very intimately understand this. And there were years of my life where I felt like I could not connect to a bigger vision for my life because my life got so small. And it was through a lot of repeated actions that I didn't even realize were bad. Like, I hesitate to say bad because what's bad for one person could be great for another person. But I like lived a very isolated life for a while. And that was actually very, very, very bad for my mental health. And it led me to blaming myself for a lot of things that were out of my control. And it got me to that place of having a lot of shame around, like, also having a lot of shame around personal power, just in general. So yeah, it makes me like almost want to cry a little bit because I know what this shit feels like and it hurts. And it feels like sometimes there's no way out. But, and I also think if there's one more thing I can say about this and we'll move on to the next card. I also think that this can manifest as a, like, not necessarily being afraid of our own personal power, but like maybe a little bit to a degree. Like we stay in the cycle of not believing in ourselves because it gives us something. Because if we're always looking for the hurt, if we're always looking for things to go wrong and then we are right and we prove ourselves right, it's like, I didn't think it was going to work out anyways. So I'm so glad I didn't get my hopes up, you know? And that also is a very like self-fulfilling prophecy. If we don't believe anything ever works out for us, or we can't have something, or we're not good enough for it, or we can't, like, it's like we keep ourselves in that situation because it's easy to it's easy. It's easy. And I hate to say it that way because it's not easy. It hurts, but it is easier to stay in a cycle that we are used to because it feels comfortable than it is to break the pattern and decide something different and put energy towards something different, especially if you feel like your self-belief has been really zapped out of you. So let's go ahead and look at this guide card. What is the guide forward from this place? We have the Empress. This is interesting because the Empress I always look at as like the mother. It doesn't have to be your mother. I know mother relationships are very challenging for some, myself included. But the Empress to me is like, it is the creatrix, right? It is like literally this card has like a pregnant belly to it, but the world is in there, the world of creation. And it's not about actual pregnancy. I mean, it can be, but it's not about actual pregnancy here. It is about the birth and birthing something from yourself. So this could be letting your creativity guide the way and letting yourself learn and lean on that. And, just really getting it, like, gosh, are me and you the same person? I feel like, you know, I always like to speak in my readings, if you're new here, from personal experience, because I am neurospicy. And I think sometimes when I'm not grasping a concept, when I hear somebody else read, when they relate it back to themselves in some way, it's not about them talking about themselves. It's that it makes my brain able to understand. So if I'm doing that and that's irritating you, it's not about me just giving life advice from my own life. I'm out here trying to help the neurotypicals. Okay. Or the neurodivergents. I apologize. I'm out here trying to help the neurodivergents. I'm out here trying to help the neurospicy people because I myself am one. But I do feel like there is also something about letting your creativity and like your hobbies be a guide to like what gets you in your pleasure, what gets you in your joy. And if you're looking for ideas, my, oh my, do I have ideas for you. As a girly that had no hobbies, my only hobby was making YouTube content. My only hobby was making Patreon content. My only hobby was podcasting. And that's not wrong. I think having a lot of creative things to do is a beautiful thing. The problem is many of us girl boss gate kept gaslit too close to the sun. And if this is you, I get it, bestie. We are the same. When you monetize all your hobbies, that actually is a very slippery slope into poor mental health and mental hygiene. I've had to learn that the hard way. Now, you know, a few years removed and working on myself, going to therapy, doing all the things, I have hobbies outside of content creation. I cross stitch. I actually returned to playing video games just for fun, not monetizing them. If any of y'all don't know me, I had a background in the gaming industry for like 7 years, a pretty successful run. But now I play video games just for myself, for fun. I recently picked up cross stitching. I also, like, astrology is something I monetize, but it is something that I also do for fun. Like I have a local group that I meet with and we're always talking astrology stuff. So I have hobbies that go beyond just being in my office, making content 24/7. I am not a content creation machine. Neither are you. And letting yourself get in touch with your joy, your pleasure, doing things simply because you like it is going to help guide you in the direction away from the shame spiral, right? Away from, and recognize everybody carries some form of shame. I'm pretty sure. Like I have yet to meet somebody that doesn't have shame around something. And the more that we meet that with compassion, put a spotlight on it and pay attention to that vulnerability, the more we are able to coach ourselves and love ourselves compassionately through it. So yeah, it might seem counterproductive. Like you're not focusing on the shame. So therefore, how are you going to move through it? But honestly, sometimes it's the detachment from it. It's recognizing that the shame doesn't have to be so big and letting yourself carry on and enjoy your life in new ways that can also really help. So I actually see this as guiding yourself a little bit through some kind of new hobby, new creative project, something that comes from you purely for the pleasure of it for you. Does that make sense? Like me getting into cross stitching this year, I don't show that to anybody else, my friends, but like, I'm not out here showing it online 24/7, which it's fine if you do that. Love that. Some of my favorite content creators are cross stitchers. That's how I got into it. But for me, this is a hobby that I like to have for just me, and it's something that I gain a lot of pleasure out of. And it's also like good for my mental. So yeah, I do feel like a guiding force for you. You do need to be following your creativity a little bit more. Okay, so a challenge that is going to be upcoming, right? A hurdle, a problem, some conflict. What is the challenge? Ooh. Oh no. Okay, this actually really is a challenge. I'm going to be so for real with you. So the 8 of Wands, this is saying yes to everything when you actually don't have that much time, bestie. The 8 of Wands is a lot of opportunities, a lot of things coming your way. And this is where you really get to practice executing some boundaries. Boundaries on your time, boundaries with people. Y'all, I just need to like little claps, especially for those of y'all that have been here for a long time, that are long-term listeners and followers of my content. This has been my year for boundaries. Like for real though, like for the first time in my life, I tell people that I actually can't make that commitment. Sorry, that doesn't work for me, etc. Without explaining why, without explaining how come. No is a complete sentence. You are allowed to go and do as you please. Baby, you are not executing enough on your free will. This is saying yes to too many things. And I will say, sometimes we say yes in the moment because we're really excited about some kind of prospect or some kind of thing that we really want to do, which nothing wrong with that. But you're going to be like, oh shit, why did I commit to all these things, right? The challenge is laying boundaries and also being honest with yourself in the moment, even if you need a moment to think. Because sometimes I've seen so many quotes online that are like, if it's not a F yes, it's a no. And no, actually, it is not that black and white for everyone. It is okay to be like, hey, let me think about that. Let me get to my schedule. And that's not your friend telling you no. Like sometimes you really do. Sometimes people, if you do this, where you are boundaryless and saying yes to everything and everyone, it is okay for you to step away, take a deep breath, come back at it at another time and say, hey, actually, I really do like this. I do want to do this opportunity. And please count me in, It doesn't mean like, I don't know. I don't remember where I've heard that, but more than once I've heard people be like, oh, if your friend doesn't immediately say yes, it means no. Like, no, actually, sometimes there are people that need to like emotionally regulate or like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need to like be in your nervous system before you can say yes to opportunity. And instead of just over committing to things. I also feel like for some of you, this is about your energy being pulled in multiple directions and feeling like there's no focus, which bestie, I get it. Okay. Neurospicy. I get it. Being pulled in multiple directions with your energy though, let's look at how to conquer. Okay. So to slay, to battle, to defeat, to overcome. How are we overcoming? Literally boundaries. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I just got British there for a second. Literally boundaries. The King of Swords is a master with his words, and somebody that is able to match their words with their intellect, listen to what they actually think, and then decide, right? Also knowing that your voice and your words are very powerful. The King of Swords isn't somebody that just throws word salad out just to, like, it's not just about hearing the sound of his own voice. It really is about like leadership and being able to properly articulate what you are feeling, what you are thinking, so that other people understand you very clearly. And so I do think this is about you making more room for that. And it might be a challenge. You might be somebody that you feel like that's not your strong suit. Some of you are like, no, I got that in the bag. Great, keep doing it. But for some of you that don't feel like you have this might take effort, right? I mean, girly pop. I literally have been in therapy for almost 7 months. My therapist to this day still has to tell me, hey, it's okay for you to have a preference. It's okay for you to not always be the energy matcher. It's okay if you have a preference, if you don't like something about someone else, if you don't like, you know what I mean? Like I forget that because I'm so like girly. I struggle with anxious attachment too. I know I'm giving my whole self away. I'm showing my whole ass in this reading, but I struggle with anxious attachment, and I forget sometimes that I'm allowed to have a preference, and I don't need to just take onus every time there is a conversation. Like, it is okay for me to have a preference. It is okay for me to like and dislike things. I forget that. I forget because I grew up in a household that did not give me that. I did not have secure attachment. And so that said, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely look into attachment theory. It, I feel like, explains a lot. I'm somebody that I literally am in therapy working on this and learning how to be more of myself in relationships and how to like be somebody that others want to be in a relationship with, and vice versa, like friendship wise. And also like me giving that kind of friendship, you know? So I do feel like if this sounds hard to you, this conquering and like actually being somebody that is impeccable with your word, sets appropriate boundaries, says what you're thinking and means it. If this is a struggle for you to speak up, this is going to be the thing that you have to conquer. So just know that with this challenge, that's going to be the point of conquering it. Okay. And then subconscious, what ideas, thoughts, or feelings are hiding from your conscious awareness right now? What are the unknown narratives and beliefs that are driving the way you see yourself and the world? What is emerging within you? What needs to be seen? Oh, interesting. We have the world. Oh, that's actually so precious. Okay. I say this is precious because the world is all about completion. And it's also about not ignoring your hard work. Okay. So if you have been really working on something, the world says it's okay for you to take a step back and be really proud of where you are. Be really proud of what you've accomplished. And also know that this might be a time period where you're at a threshold right now. Okay. The world is about letting something end, but knowing a new chapter hasn't quite opened yet. And like letting yourself be suspended in this in peace, like letting yourself be like, hey, this was a fun run. I honor this. I see this. Let's have the proper end and know that the next chapter will be opening very soon. But letting yourself, like the world is also a lot about like achievement, success. It is whatever you've been wanting is coming. Like it definitely is that. But when we talk about subconscious work with this, I feel like this is almost like there's a fear of endings maybe, or feeling like, and it is scary, right? When a door closes, if we don't feel like we have another door or another opportunity, it feels kind of scary to lose that. You know, I totally understand. I totally get that. It feels scary to not know what is next, especially for any earth placements out there. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. I feel like earth placements, I would say water placements too. Like fire and air deal with the uncertainty a little bit better, but Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like we don't do change as well Like it's just changes a little bit harder. Changes a little bit harder for the earth and water signs. Actually, do I think it's all the earth and all the water? No, because I think there's also an honorable mention for the fixed signs in general, not being as good at like pivoting or changing. But anyways, that's a topic for another time. We're not here for the astrology. We're here for the cards. Even though I do think they work really well together. But I do feel like subconsciously you might be avoiding letting something end properly and giving it a proper send off. So just be mindful of that. I almost want to, do y'all want to do another one? Let's do one more. Okay. Ooh, okay. One more. We got worldview. And this is your point of view, your perception, your opinions, your attitudes. You can also dive deeper and use this card to explore your core values, integrated beliefs, and childhood conditionings. So let's see about this worldview. I want to pull 2 clarifiers for this. So we have the 4 of Swords. Okay. Interesting. And the Ace of Cups. Ooh, okay. So here's the thing with both of these cards are both about, in some roundabout way, they are both about recouping your energy. Let me explain. So the 4 of Swords is about taking a break, taking a rest, allowing yourself to stop and like literally take a nap, literally go take a rest, literally take a breath, let yourself recuperate a little bit, especially if you're somebody that is constantly, I don't know why this is coming up, but somebody must need to hear it. If you're always in the news cycle right now, granted, it is a privilege to not have to look, but I'm always going to advocate for you if you have that privilege to use it. Not every day, I think it's good to be informed, but I do feel like there might be a lot of stress from a worldview that is asking to be like offset the balance. If you are constantly in the online, in the news cycle, not taking any time away, this is causing more of a stress response in you. And the more you take time and space from it, you'll notice how your nervous system comes down. The Ace of Cups is all about replenishing and refilling your cup and allowing yourself to lap that up. So my challenge to you, seeker, as something to do right now, your homework, if you will. My challenge to you is to ask yourself right now, what would nourish me the most right now? And don't judge whatever comes up. If it's a nap, if it's some kind of meal, if it's watching your favorite show, doing a little cross stitch, pulling out a puzzle, whatever that thing is, just allow it to come up naturally. Execute on that one thing today. Even if it's a 20-minute nap, even if it's you get like a little bit of a puzzle started, you get that first stitch done on a new cross stitch, you pull out an old video game, right? And start playing that, you get through one level, even if it's like microscopic, okay? Because I understand not everybody has all day, every day, all the time in the world. We're busy people sometimes. But you have like, oh, there's this creator on Instagram that I love and I cannot remember her name and I'm so sorry. But her big thing is first things first, I'm first. And that's really what the Ace of Cups is about. First things first, I'm first. And if you're not putting yourself first, you cannot replenish the people around you if your cup is empty. And I feel like your worldview is that you need to be depleted to be of service. And no, you don't. You actually, and I know this intimately, okay, as a chronic girl bosser, that girl boss so close to the sun, I burnt myself out. I have only been in the recovery of this for probably the last like few years, but really intensely the last like 6 months. I've really worked on recovery from this, and there is a way out. It will not always be the way that it is right now. And replenishing yourself actually is part of the process, especially if it's like about productivity. Like you cannot be productive if you are also not resting. That is part of production. And the more that we come to understand that, the easier your life is going to get. Just the other day, I heard a host say, I don't know why that popped up. Just the other day, I got like 3-4 hours of sleep, and I was going to get up and do all this work, like revamping my website, getting all this stuff done because I was getting ready to restock all my readings and shifting my offerings a little bit. I was getting ready to do all this work and I was exhausted and I was so stressed out and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to power through. I have to do this. And I stopped myself and I was like, you know what? If I went and laid down and took like an hour nap, I know that I could pick this back up and I would get it done. And I would feel so much better for having done it. I laid down for, I think actually about 90 minutes. And then I came back after my nap and I was so much more clear-headed and I got the work done even better than I would have had I kept pushing. So that's what I mean. Like you have to, first things first, you are first. First things first, I'm first. I cannot be filling up my cup. You cannot be filling up your cup for your kids, your family, your boss, whoever it is, the people you're around, the relationships you have, your friends, if you are not putting yourself at the center of your life and first. And I know many of us have been conditioned not to do that. We have all been conditioned that everybody else comes first. Everybody else's needs are more important. Everybody else's boundaries are more important. Everybody else's feelings are more important. Actually, no. You are going to show up as your best self and give your best energy to others when you allow yourself to show up replenished. First things first, you are first. And I'm so sorry, I can't remember. I think it's like Desi B or something like her. So I feel like her, and it's got like an underscore in the name. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I'm not trying to rip this creator off. I feel like in today's world of fast social media, it's really hard not to rip people off, but to give credit where credit is due, because you just like scroll and you don't always notate the handle. But anyway, I want to say that is her name though. It's like Desi B underscore or something. Anyways, that is the reading. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to book me for a private reading like this that will connect to your life, it is my What You Need to Know reading. I currently have them available, as well as astrology charts, a transit chart, and Saturn return chart. There's Figure Your Shit Out is another reading I'm currently offering, which is a revamp of the Divine Answers reading that I used to offer. I've kind of shifted it a little bit to better serve you. And there's a few others up. There's a career reading, and I know I'm forgetting one, but all my readings are currently in stock right now. I don't have a very large queue at the moment, so I anticipate I will get through them pretty quickly. I'm actually going to be starting my queue tomorrow. So if you want to jump on that, please do so. If you're part of my Patreon, you actually do there's a $45 off coupon on Patreon, which is kind of worth it. If you want to join, like you save more money even having joined the Patreon. So worth it in my opinion, if that's something you think you might want. Link for my Patreon's down below. And okay, I said I would give some like little personal updates at the end for anybody who is curious. So let's talk girly pop. So it has been like over 6 months since I posted my last video and was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And in that time period, I started therapy. Soon I will also be on medication. And I feel really good about that. My therapist is the best, truly the best therapist I've ever had. And I feel so grateful for where I am in my life right now. I have gotten to spend the last 6 months just really staying strong on my Patreon. I've continued, my podcast is on hiatus right now, and I'm already getting asked where that is because it was supposed to come back this month. I'm still planning on coming back this month, but there's other life stuff taking up my time right now. And so we will see how that goes, but it's also going through a rebrand. It's called Let's Talk Girly Pop now. And link for that down below when it makes its return. I am on a weight loss journey. I've lost almost 35 pounds at this point. I just released on my Instagram, I've been sharing a lot of updates on that. And I just shared my 30 pounds down comparison. And now I'm almost 35 pounds down. So I've been walking. I exercise now. I walk almost every day. I've picked up hobbies. Like I said, I started playing Pokopia. That's been so good. I also recently picked up cross stitching, which I mentioned in this reading. I've gotten really into cross stitching. I'll insert a photo here if you're curious about the project I'm working on right now. It takes a lot of time. Cross stitch is not something you just start and finish in a day. It like takes time, bestie. But I'm really enjoying that. It's been like a really nice analog hobby, which I know analog hobbies are like really on trend right now. But it's been really nice. I have also really gotten involved with my local community. There's an astrology group that I'm a part of that I honestly was really into, like helping the runner. Like I would feel like I still am. I just feel like my life has kind of shifted a little bit and I've gotten really busy this month. But I try to help wherever I can in that. And I've met a lot of friends through that. So I know y'all know that I had like a really lonely, isolated couple of years and I don't feel that way anymore. Like just today, I went on a walk with a couple of people from that group and we just did like a nice little hot girl walk, an Easter hot girl walk. And that was really wonderful. I went to a park I've never been to before. So it just like, I feel like my life has really expanded in the last 6 months and I feel just so much more calm. I am so much more calm. I'm not always up in my head. Don't get me wrong. I have my moments, but even when it comes to my work, I feel like I don't have this, like, I feel like I was always just like rushing everything. And I feel like now I'm just much slower. I pace myself with everything. And that just, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm just in a very good place. I am still creating a lot of things online, but I also feel like I very much have a life outside of the internet. Like I have such a great relationship with my spouse, such a great relationship with local friends, such a great relationship with my best friend, good relationships with the people in my family that I choose to spend time around. I feel like I have community. I have a village. I've really fostered that. And also like my mental health is just so much better, probably better than it has been in literal years. And, you know, my life is like small in the sense that like, you know, I still live in my cute little apartment. I still drive an absolute beater of a car now and it's okay. Like I'm more invested in the quality of my life and I think it is genuinely good. Like, yeah, and I feel like a lot of the goals and things that I have set forth to do in my life at this time, I'm actually like executing on a lot of those things. I also have to tell y'all, for anybody interested, going on a weight loss journey, you will learn self-respect. Like that shit is not for the weak. And you will learn self-discipline and self-respect. And for me anyways, it has like really boosted my confidence and my self-assurance, like my own security with myself, because I trust myself because I've done something really hard. Like I went from not being able to walk this local track more than one loop. Like the track is a mile for 4 loops. I went from being able to not walk one loop without stopping. Now I can walk for like 2 miles and it's nothing. And that's something I don't know if I've ever been able to do that in my lifetime. So like my physical health, I feel like has gotten so much better. That has definitely also helped my mental health. And life just like, it's not perfect. I've got issues. Like, you know, there's still like financial struggle that I'm dealing with, but like overall, it's not a bad life. I'm not living a bad life. I'm not like crying every day wishing for something different. I've put in a lot of work and I feel like my life actually like really represents the direction I want to go right now. And honestly, I'm just like very proud of myself. I have past me put in a lot of work to get where I am today. And I just wanted to share, like I said, my podcast is coming back soon. I will have so much to say. I already know that. But if you want to follow me elsewhere, I am not, this reading is not me coming back to full-time tarot card reading. So please know that. I am open to doing these periodically though. Like this was actually so fun. I feel like, I hope you can feel that energy translate. Like this was actually so fun for me. This is what it used to feel like to read tarot cards. When I used to do it in the beginning, this is what it used to feel like. And I was just here having a good time, not stressed about like, is X amount of people going to see it? You know, I feel like all of the pressure has really gotten taken off. And it's just like really nice to show up and do something that feels very comforting because I've done it so much. Like I know this landscape, right? But yeah, this is not me returning to full-time tarot card reading like this. I am still obviously booking clients. So if you want to book me for a personal reading, I would love to read for you. Those have stayed with me throughout this journey. Those are available to you, KhloeTaylor.com, /shop. You can book there. And, you know, I'm, what was I trying to say? Yeah, this is not me coming back to doing this full time though. But I am open to like every once in a while, maybe dropping a reading when the time feels right. If it feels like I've got something to say, if it feels like there's a channel wanting to bust through, you know, this was just like really fun and really cute and I loved it. But yeah, if you want to follow me elsewhere, if you've been missing me, okay, I definitely miss you. If you've been missing me and what I bring to the table, definitely check out Patreon, of course, my podcast, Let's Talk Girly Pop. I'll link it down below. It's on YouTube and available everywhere you listen to podcasts. The name of it just changed. So if you're like, where the heck, what is that? It's because it's being rebranded and the rebrand launch has not happened yet. So it's coming, but the name has already been reserved. I'm working on it. I also have my Instagram. I've been posting a butt ton over there. Usually Monday through Friday, I try to do like twice a day. And I've been sharing a lot of my weight loss journey and I've been sharing a lot of astrology. So if that's something that interests you, my Instagram is @KhloeTaylor. And then I also have the @Let's Talk Girly Pop handle. I haven't posted anything there yet, but hoping to very soon. Supposed to go in tandem a little bit with the podcast when it returns. And am I forgetting anything? I think that's it. It was really nice to check in. I'm excited to read your comments. Please be nice. Please be nice in the comments. If you don't have anything nice to say, like, please just don't say anything. Yeah, this was really nice and really fun. And maybe I'll do another one of these in the future. I don't know. Right now, I'm really focused on like, how can I have the most peaceful transition into anything that I want to do? How can I do what I want to do, what I came here to do, while also being easy with my nervous system? Because frankly, I'm just at a stage of my life where ain't nothing going to play with my peace. Nothing. Nothing. No news outlet, no person, no family member, no job. Like nothing is going to be, oh, that's another thing. Sorry. I'm also like getting a job. Like there is a job in the pipeline for me that would be like a part-time extra work for me. And I'll let you know how that goes on the podcast, I'm sure. But yeah, so there's just like a lot of new, fresh energy right now in my life. And I'm really content and I'm really happy and I'm happy to see where it's going. Okay. This has been really long. Thank you for tuning in and listening. If you listened this long, if you didn't, that's okay. Sending love to y'all too, even though you're not here listening to it. If you listen to all of this, leave me the little pumpkin emoji. Okay. Y'all are still my little pumpkins, no matter what. Leave me a little pumpkin emoji down below so I can say hi, send you a pumpkin back. And please do not forget, when you stand in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same.